So it turns out I actually got a copyright strike on one of my last streams. Well, not a copyright strike, but there was like a copyright warning. So, this is your intro music for before the stream starts. Bum 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 bum. Wait, is there a nun? There's a nun category? What? We're gonna do this for tomorrow at 10:30. Can I even be back by 10:30? Who the hell knows? Gotta make my thumbnail for it. Man, I'm gonna get off of work tomorrow and just head straight on the stream. Uh-uh. No. Sorry, Lolo's gonna eat my stuff. 3D Terraria without the steroids. Hey, stream hasn't even started yet, by the way. You guys are getting like the Logan sitting in a chair talking to himself before the stream starts exclusive. Normally I'm muted and there's just music playing. But hey, what can I say? I'm really cooking right now. Lola, stop. Stop. No. You know what? Girl, that's your fault. If you want to play, then play with me whenever I want to play. Or whenever I can play. Not whenever I want to. But if not, leave me alone. I'm just over here chilling and she's trying to like swipe everything off my desk. I'm like, what the hell? Oh my god. Ain't no way, yeah. That's what I say. Guys, should I be dual streaming? Oh, oops. Should I? Should I be dual streaming on YouTube Shorts as well? Is this what it's come to? There's a dual stream. Oh wait, I can turn my camera on. There's a dual stream selection thing on here where I can stream on like on Twitch and YouTube, or not on Twitch, on YouTube, but like on YouTube and YouTube Shorts at the same time. Okay, I'm trying to see if it like adjusts my camera or anything. Can I full screen this? Oh my gosh, it looks so weird. Oh my oh my gosh. I can't turn it off. Oops. My bad. There's just going to perpetually be a version of me on YouTube now, or on YouTube Shorts. RIP all YouTube Shorts users. Anyways, let's just get into this. Let's get into the Minecraft. Terraria was so much fun yesterday. I have some stuff I wanna talk about post. Bread? Wait, no way. There's hee 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 ha, which is what me and Keegan played on, and then there's bread on here, which is the actual world. No, I can just launch it from the home. Also, is there Minecraft Dungeons 2? Can I pre-order this? Play Minecraft Dungeons 1 now. I already have. I already have game. You're trolling me. What? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Why is it telling me how to play Minecraft? Why? I've played Minecraft before. I've had this profile for like, I think probably like 10 years now. I've definitely had this thing since I was like 11. Maybe like 6 or 7. Minecraft. Okay. I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we have bread on here. We don't have anybody on social. We're cooking, though. I did, like, preemptively do some stuff for like, tomorrow's stream. Everything's not updated. Also, I just want to let you guys know, I'm so sorry for how I'm doing these thumbnails, man. These things look so bad. These thumbnails are getting rushed out. And I mean rushed out, by the way. These things, oh my god. Oh, wait. Actually, I'm gonna... Where is this? Hold on. Edit. It's on easy mode. What? Achievements are disabled? No way. Oh my gosh. Okay. Smooth lighting. Render distance 40 chunks. 40 chunks. Okay, we're going back to normal Minecraft. Listen, I like that the game looks good, but I don't want my computer to be doing a backflip every other day. See, look at this. Isn't this nice? Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this fun and fine and dandy? And it actually like is a game. So if we want to destroy this, right? I think maybe we keep the outline. We're gonna break this. Ooh, and also, we need to create a pickaxe with silk touch on it. I did forget about that. Also, my oh my gosh, my sensitivity is so high. Holy. Oh, that's okay. That's better. I wouldn't say it's so much better, but it's better. Oh, please tell me we have more than one diamond. Oh, gee willikers, guys. We have fortune 2 on there. That's not bad. Now, I don't really have a full idea for what I want to build yet. You know, I've actually been working all day. Haven't really been thinking about Minecraft all too much. Oh my gosh, it is. It is. Also, I'm theory testing something. So if you guys notice, I put playing with viewers in the title today. We're gonna see if that pumps up the number of viewers. We're gonna see. I'm doing a little theory crafting. And I think it will. But I don't want to just assume, you know? So we're going to take this and... Okay, we have some sticks. Oh, wait. Oh! Oh, we already have a pickaxe in here. Okay. I was going to say. My theory is that it will. But I don't know. But yes, I've been at work all day. You know, I haven't really been... thinking too much about Minecraft, sadly, because I've been stressed out about doing my job. But, you know, we get it done anyways. Now, the only reason I'm grabbing this is so I can grab this stuff right now. Always nice to have you a silk touch. What is this? Firefly bush? Oh, that's kind of cool. And now we get rid of it forever. Because this doesn't break down into actual, yeah. So we're gonna, oh wait, actually I need to kind of keep the roof intact. So we're gonna have like a little outline of this. And then we're gonna start mining. When in doubt, blame Keegan the universe. True. True. That's a wise quote, by the way, guys. That is years and years of ancient Chinese scripture have went into that message right there. Just so you guys know. So if you guys ever like are questioning anything, throw it out there. You know, just blame Keegan. No, low-key, on my way home, because I mean, it was so nice out today. I was going to catch the bus, because I was kind of worried that I wasn't going to make it back in time. And I was like, oh, well, like, I can like, prepare and stuff on, like, when I'm on the bus. And then I was like, dude, you're just going to be stressed out if you're going to make it home on time. If you're going to be on the bus. Like, I'm just going to ride my bike. So I rode my bike, back to my place, and as I'm writing back, I'm like thinking about like philosophy and everything, you know, as I do, right? Because that is actually all I do, is think about philosophy. But so yeah, I was thinking, and I was thinking about therapy, and like what I want out of a friend, or like what I would want out of a friend, I guess. Like, kind of like what I would want if I wanted someone to be there for me. And I don't know. I feel like I was also I just think about so much, guys. I might think about too much. I might be a little cooked. But so I was thinking about that, and I want to say I like came to any conclusions. But I was thinking that, you know, there's like a lot of stuff on the internet that I've seen of like you have to be there for yourself, you know? Like at the end of the day, you can only rely on yourself. Cuz I've been thinking a lot about, you know, how everybody kind of lives their own life now. And I know it sounds kind of stupid, but like I feel like most of the world is, at least from what I know, and it's obviously kind of difficult not to think this way if it's kind of built like this, right? But I've been thinking about how it feels like everybody is like just like online now, like for their sense of socialness is just being online. Like for instance, you know, if people want to laugh, they don't tell jokes anymore, or like find something with a punchline. A lot of stuff more relies on like slapstick humor uh or like random comedy now. At least from my side of the internet. And maybe that's just because of who I am, right? But I feel like there's still a lot of like people out there who do like genuinely like funny things and are like funny people. But I feel like there's a large majority of people now who kind of follow the statute of random is funny, or it's more like, I don't know. I used to really dig irony and like puns and stuff. And now I don't really see many people like doing stuff like that, like witty humor. Um, and it kind of got me thinking like about how, like I was saying, like a lot of stuff is like social, and it's difficult to perceive like who's on social media and who isn't all the time, like for their source of like social entertainment, because like everybody's online all the time, or everybody isn't. That's also just not something you really like talk about. It's like, when do you find yourself laughing the most, or maybe not being the most fulfilled, but like I guess generally like most of the time. And I feel like a lot of people would be like, oh well, I'm usually on my phone. And that's when like a rise of like streamers took over and everything as well. Um, and so it kind of turned to like, at least how I see it is, there's a lot of presence on social media about like, I wouldn't say like unfunniness, but of like, there's a certain presence of like, there are a lot of people who are funny all the time. Like, it's their job basically, is to like post stuff and be funny. And then there's also a group of people who's like funnier a little bit less of the time. And I feel like I definitely fall into category 2 for social media. But even like I feel like a lot of people like Hank Green and stuff like that, like they still find a way to be funny and also be witty, you know, kind of find a way to connect all sides of the coin. I don't know. But I was just thinking about that. I was thinking, like, that's my perspective on it. Is that it feels like a lot of people maybe, I guess that's kind of like my working theory right now. Or not working theory, but it's my theory in work right now. Like, it's my theory that I'm currently testing. Or, like, that I currently just have flowing around in my brain. That we've kind of become less close as like people and friends and just like relationships in general, because we can easily get that source of dopamine from other stuff. And so it's like, I don't know, I still don't fully understand being self-dependent on dopamine. That still doesn't like fully make sense to me. Um, like, dopamine is such a thing that I feel like you naturally lean towards more sources with it. But I don't know. I don't know. And I feel like so I have a coworker who is like the most wonderful, amazing person ever. And they're so nice and they talk to people, but they also have social media. But I feel like they are actually the type of person that like unironically can say, "Oh, like I have social media, but I'm not on there all the time." Like they just go on there to post. They don't like sit there and scroll, and they have like meaningful relationships in their life. And I'm like, that is insane in today's society. And I feel like they're like the only person that I work with that I would say do that. Because you know, everybody else is like watching videos or reading books, and I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like whenever people say like, "Oh, if you're bored, you should read a book," or like if you want to better yourself, you should focus on reading and doing all this. I mean, I kind of get that, because it's you know, people have to better themselves in a different way, and a way of bettering yourself is getting better understanding of the world as it is and how to do stuff. So there is kind of a thing of that. But there is also the reading portion of like, you're just reading to maybe not exactly like get away from everything, but kind of, yeah, to get away from everything. There's so many variables to life, man. It is so crazy. Just how like interlocked everything is. Because for me, sources of dopamine from yourself, or like solace in your own world, doesn't rely on like you can say that like you find joy in reading and everything, and I think a part of that is like, oh well, you find joy in reading because you can like envision all these things, and you can like you can envision yourself in the same like fantasy world, right? But even then, it's like you're still technically like relying on something else as kind of like a supporter. And yeah, I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm not saying you're wrong for doing that. I'm just saying that that's generally what people are. Is they're there, they are there. Well, first of all, they're there because they're human beings too, you know. Everybody has their own life and own stuff that they like doing. And sometimes, you know, people do just like being in their own world by themselves. I do it. Okay? I'd be sitting down playing video games all day. Trust me, I'm a pro at it. Maybe not actually, but like everybody does it, you know? But you know, people kind of use that as like I saw somebody like a repost about this the other day. How they kind of like use that as like, oh well, I'm just like avoiding drama or something. Like I don't like people, and I feel like that's always such a weird statement of like I don't like people or anything like along those lines. Because I get it. But at the same time, like if you don't like people, how do you spend all day doing what you do? Because you're a person as well. Like, does that make sense? You know, it's not that you don't like people. It's just that you haven't found people that you like. Because everybody's super different. But somebody was posting about it and was like, or somebody reposted about it and dropped something that was like, people are saying that they're not antisocial. They just don't want to deal with all the like drama that a relationship holds, or that the drama that people hold. And it's like, that is genuinely just like that is being antisocial. Which I mean, like, I get it. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with being antisocial, right? You know, if you don't want to talk to people, don't talk to people. I don't think anybody should be forcing you to do it. But, like, you shouldn't be, like, working your way around it. You know, you are antisocial. You are against being social because of the drama. Like, that's what it is. And you can be like, well, I'm not against being social. I'm just like, no, you are. But you are, though. And I mean, like, okay, genuinely, if you aren't, yeah, like, maybe there's a good explanation. But, like, if you're avoiding people for, like, because they have drama, guess what? Every single person has drama. You have drama. If you don't have drama, I don't understand. Like, you're lying. You're lying. Now, I'm not saying everybody has, like, drama, like, they have, like, problems with other people. I don't think so. I think that kind of might be a bad take. But, like, everybody has issues in their life. You know, everybody struggles. Everybody does stuff that they don't want to do. Everybody does stuff that they do want to do. Maybe everybody doesn't do stuff that they don't want to do, actually. I don't know. I don't know. That's a weird take, but I don't know. Like, everybody has their own life and their own problems and their own everything. And it's kind of about like choosing people that you like, not people that you love, I guess. At least for me, that's what it's about. Because I love everybody, but I definitely don't like everybody. I think there are some annoying people out there. Or not annoying, but there are some people who like are frustrating, and I would rather not get frustrated with people. Pro tip. Yeah, I mean that's just life. You know, I honestly don't think there is anybody, I don't think there could be anybody in the world who doesn't, maybe not currently have drama, but like who hasn't had drama in the past month, who hasn't had drama in the past week, honestly. Like, I feel like I know people, and even myself, like, I go a week without having something happen to me, or having something, like, happen in my life, or around me, and it's like, oh my gosh, finally get a break. And it's not that my life is bad, or that, like, my life is complicated. I mean, my life is complicated, but it's not like it's a me specific thing. It's a life thing. IMO. In my unprofessional opinion. Like, everybody be dealing with drama. Everybody does it. At least everybody that I know. Which I feel like is such a good closer for that. At least everybody I know. Because it's kind of saying like I see that like maybe I could be wrong, you know? Like there could definitely be other people out there that don't have drama or that don't like live with that drama, right? And I just don't know them. But like at least for me, right? And the life that I live, I don't know people like that. I mean, everybody always has something to say. Not always, but like out of 100 topics, somebody will have something to say about probably at least 25% of them. And you know what that does? That creates drama. Because drama is passion, is what drama is. Drama isn't like a disease or something like that. Like it's not something that goes away after a little bit. I mean, it kind of is. But it's not evil, okay? It's not going to beat you up and steal your lunch money. It might. It's just something that people do to express themselves. And I mean, if you don't want to be a part of that, then I don't think you should. I don't think you have to, you know? But at the same time, like you are, I think that is an antisocial thing. And maybe another word for it is to be anti-drama, you know? Because you would be friends with people, right? You would get to know people if there wasn't all the drama involved. But I feel like I kind of made my point clear of people have drama, you know? So saying you are anti-drama isn't directly saying you're anti-people, but to say you're anti-people because you're anti-drama, or to say that like you don't talk to people because you're anti-drama, is saying that you don't talk to people for maybe not. It's not saying, but it sounds to me like it's, you know, you're talking or you're avoiding talking to people because of drama. However, drama is one of the key parts of being alive. So you're kind of, to me, those two connect in the way of you're avoiding people because they're alive. Because everybody has drama. And you know, you can have relationships. I'm sure you can have relationships where you don't have to be involved with drama with people. You know, one of my old TLs had this thing where they were kind of an asshole about it, but they were like, well, they weren't really an asshole. I think the way that they said it made them sound like a bit of a douche. But they were like, man, I was asking this person how they were, how their day was going the other day. And listen. If I ask you how your day is going, I only want to hear one of two things, okay? Okay, or good, or fine. / okay, or like whatever. And then this lady starts talking to me about her whole life. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, you're kind of an asshole. You shouldn't be asking people how their day is going if you don't actually want to hear it. That at that point you say, oh, I hope you're doing well, or I hope everything's been all right. You know, you don't saying how are you or how's it going is an opener for a conversation. It's not a quick greeting, which I'll die on that hill. How's it going is such a horrible question to ask people, because it's such a loaded question. You usually ask it with like such a small frame of window. It's so horrible. But you ask somebody like how's it going, and then you're like you don't want them to reply. Like what? Like That's like middle school drama bullshit right there. Like that's like saying like Gerald took your crayon after you told him he could borrow your crayon, and now you're mad because he's had it for 3 extra minutes. Like, bro, leave Gerald alone, okay? If you didn't want Gerald to have your crayon for that long, you should have been like, "Hey, Gerald, could I could I get my crayon back, pretty please?" Or better yet, just go up to just ask him. Go up to him and be like, "Hey." You don't even have to ask him. I mean, you can take it back. It's yours. You can say, "Hey, hey Gerald, would you please give me my crayon back? I need it again." Um, and if he doesn't give it back, beat him up and steal his lunch money. But if he does give it back, like that's like you literally just communicated about it. Congratulations. Whoa, that's got to be like a life altering change right there. You want something to happen, so you say something. That's crazy. Whenever I was younger, my parents, especially my dad, actually especially my dad, my mom, my aunt, my whole family, was like anytime I talk about like anything like even like remotely relationship wise with them, oh they would just give me the same old like, "Oh, women are complicated, you'll never understand them, blah 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 blah." And it's like you have to basically like go out of your way to try and understand them and to try and make everything better. Like basically the onus of communication lies within you as a man. And you know, kind of hoping that like if I ever Freaky Friday and I get in a relationship with another guy, we can both communicate clearly, not based off of like childhood trauma, but just because we both know how to communicate. Same thing with a girl, but nobody knows how to communicate. This fluff sucks, man. This fish sucks. Nobody knows how to communicate what they want. Like I was realizing the other day, like whenever I want people to talk to me, or like whenever I feel lonely, I don't say anything because it feels like kind of pretentious to be like, I feel lonely, like I want to talk to somebody, like to tell somebody like, "Hey, can we talk? Can we do something? Like, can we hang out? Like, I'm feeling lonely, can we hang out? Like I'm bored, can we do something?" Right? Because it feels kind of like a little like pretentious, like guilt trippy, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm about to blow off a lid that I don't want to blow off. There's something that I've been cooking up in my mind that I think is not ready to be revealed to the world yet. It is so like outlandishly crazy. I don't even know how to like begin talking about it. It is so nuts. But it does kind of fall into the category of like it's never one person's fault if a relationship fails. I don't think so. Or I don't know. Maybe not. It's never one person's fault, because I think that kind of isn't true. But I think there's a thing to be said about like if a relationship fails, maybe like it's one person's fault, but it's like it probably shouldn't have succeeded in the first place. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. And I don't even fully agree with like it never should have succeeded in the first place. It's more like its inability to be successful should have been more obvious. Maybe not even should have been more obvious. Um, or maybe it's like its inability to succeed properly. Um, basically should have been discussed. Like there is, I don't know. I feel like now people are. This is gonna sound like such like a midwestern Midwestern dad, or like a southern father fucking Facebook post. about like far left liberals or whatever, which I mean, not what I'm going for, not what I'm going for, but oh my gosh, I don't even know what I was gonna say. Now this is gonna sound horrible. Um, I don't remember what I was gonna say. I don't know. I know my thought process earlier was how it feels. It feels for me, in my life, like whenever I like feel down or I feel lonely, and I want to do something, it usually feels bad to talk to people about it, or just to talk to people at all, because I'm like, I want people to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to them. Usually it's just like I just want to spend time with people. TBH. Like I usually like when I'm depressed, I just want somebody else to be there. Um and so it's like I always want somebody else to like be like, "Hey Logan, you want to like hang out or you want to do something?" So I can say so it feels like somebody cares about me. And then it's like I could just as easily, just say like, "Hey, I'm really not feeling good recently. Like, um, I I could use somebody to like be around. Would you be able to like hang out sometime this week or like do something like maybe like chill or like very on the down low. Like I don't want to go out or anything. But like maybe we could have like a indoors day. Like I could very easily say that, and I don't mean very easily, right? Like obviously it's gonna be putting mental strain on me, but that's effort that you have to put in. That's effort you have to put into like talking about stuff because other people don't know like you're depressed or other people don't know that like you're anxious about something. And so while it is like even more stressful to talk about that stuff and confront that stuff and be like, hey, I feel this way, or like, hey, this is going on. It's also your fucking responsibility. Okay, sorry. I just low key crashed out right there. Um, that kind of built in with my other talk from the other day about about something. I don't know. Um, it's not that it's your responsibility, but it's like other people can't constantly look out for you, and it's not that you should have to struggle with something on your own, or that other people should like ignore you, because they don't know what's going on, or because of something like that. But it's more like you know yourself best, right? Or maybe you don't know yourself best. Maybe that's not true. I don't know. Including me, I've known a lot of people who have like kind of been in that phase of, and not and I wouldn't even say recently, but it definitely has been kind of recent thing as well, where you know it feels like you don't know yourself, but it's like oh, that's what it was. It was about AI. Um, it was about AI and how I think AI takes all the effort out of something, and the effort is what makes something good, is what makes something um like meaningful. You know, that's why you feel happy whenever you do something that like takes a super long time, even if it's something you're not really invested in. You know, like after I feel like after a long day of work, I feel pretty good. Um, maybe not like mentally, like if I'm like depressed or something, I'm still gonna feel bad like about that because that's not something I can control. But like at the end of the day, it's like I know I pushed myself. I know I worked hard. I know maybe not I did the best that I could, but I know that like I did stuff, right? I put in effort, and it's really about gauging that effort on your own, which there is something to be said about that. but I think maybe that's part of the reason why like things get kind of dependent, and things get kind of like muddy after a while. Is, you know, with a lot of with a lot of stuff that I've heard about um mental illness, it's there is some people who say like, oh, you should get a good circle around you. You should get some people who know you and who care about you and who love you. And I think that's true. But I think a lot of stuff that people don't talk about whenever it comes to mental illness is that it's like it's debilitating socially. Um, and I mean like more specifically socially towards yourself, in the sense of it's it's very like inducing of, and this is all from my understanding, right? From like not even my understanding, but like from my experience. But it's all very like eating towards yourself. Like there's a lot of like self doubt and self hatred and self pity and like a lot of this like self resentment, like a lot of these emotions towards self. And I think it is very important that like, especially like when you know you're getting kicked while you're down, you got to have people there to help you to get back up. Okay, like, you know, yeah, you might be strong enough to do it on your own, but it would probably help if you had a few other people around you that would be there to help. Um, but then at the same time, you know, you can't just expect, or I guess maybe you shouldn't just expect people to, or even really want people to, um, like care for you like that. And I say that like I know what people should want. I don't. The way that I see it is like if I want people to care about me, like whenever I was younger, I wanted people to care about me because I couldn't care about myself a lot of the times. And like life was really overwhelming and I wanted somebody else to help because like I felt like kind of bad for asking. But what I didn't realize is that that kind of like puts strain on other people. And maybe not like super automatically, but whenever you don't ask for help,